And that idea came from a simple experience. I started as a small initiative with a handful of women in a village next to the university where I was teaching in Bangladesh. I started lending tiny little money to the poorest women that the world has ever known, just to make sure she feels that she can handle this money and change her life. I had no idea that whether it would come true, but I was amazed how these illiterate, poor women could use tiny little money, $10, $20 worth of money, and did a very successful way of paying back and change her income situation. And she continued to pursue that round after round and change her life. And it turned into millions of women all over Bangladesh, and with perfect record. That convinced me totally. All human beings are entrepreneurs, because we are taught in the textbooks only very special people are born as entrepreneurs. Rest of us human beings have to serve under them. I said, that's absolutely wrong idea. If the poorest illiterate women in Bangladesh can become an entrepreneur with a $20 loan, $30 loan, anybody in the world can become an entrepreneur. It's nature to human beings. We didn't train them. We didn't tell them how to run a business. She figured it out all by herself, because it is innate part of a human being. So that continues with a bigger question to me. What should be the purpose of education? And I keep coming back. Purpose of education is to enable to go out and bring that all creative capacity to change the world. And universities and educational institutions is not only a place to learn what happened, also imagine. Imagination is the greatest power on earth. If you imagine, it will happen. If you don't imagine, it will never happen. If you look back, things happen because somebody imagined it. Imagine something big, something unheard of, something you never dare to hope that it will work. But you imagine and stay with it. If you stay with it, it will happen. So that is the greatest power. Imagination is more powerful than anything you can bring together. So I follow that, encourage young people like you, along with what you are learning, imagine. Dare to imagine the most odd thing that you ever thought, most necessary thing you think could be done. At the moment it looks odd, at the moment it looks impossible. The human journey is about making impossible possible. That's our journey. And we can make that happen. Then I came to my other point. Why the way we do things followed by something that we are not sure of? This civilization that we are passing through, will it help us to overcome the problems that we face? Problem of environmental crisis, problems of extreme wealth concentration, problem of massive unemployment? My answer was always no. This civilization will continue to make it worse and worse. I even dare to say this is a self-destructive civilization. We have no scapegoat. We have to build a new civilization as soon as possible. Abandon the civilization that we are passing through and move on to create a new civilization. And I asked myself, what will be the future of that civilization? The answer to me is very clear. That civilization must know that there is no environmental hazard left anymore. And that can be done with just creating a financial system, creating an economic system which doesn't depend on creating carbon emission. Carbon emission is going to kill us, so we have to get rid of carbon emission. We have to make sure there is no wealth concentration. We have to make sure there is no unemployment. So I come up with a simple formula by saying we have to create a civilization of 3 zeros. 0 net carbon emission, 0 wealth concentration, and 0 unemployment. Sounds very reasonable, but to work it out, you have to abandon the old thinking process. You have to create a world where each human being will be given an opportunity not only to express his selfish interest, also selfless interest, and create not only money-making business, create business to solve problems without any intention of making money yourself. We call it social business. So we have a series of ideas how to create this new civilization. And now I pass it on to the young people between age of 12 to 35 to create what we call 3-0 clubs. 5 young people get together, create a small, tiny club. 3-0 club. What do? Each person, each member of that club commits to undertake a new journey of life. I shall not contribute to global warming myself. I'm not saying the whole world should do that. I'm saying to myself, I do not want to contribute to carbon emission. How? If I do it now, 7 days a week, I promise to do it 6 days a week. If I achieve 6 days a week, I want to do it 5 days a week. If I achieve 5 days a week, gradually 2 days a week, 1 day a week, and nothing. So I become a 3-0 person. Idea is if I can become a 3-0 person, you can become a 3-0 person, world would be a 3-0 world. That's a simple idea. And I'm amazed by the response I get from the young people all around the world. They keep on adding numbers, 3-0 clubs. I hope you'll consider examining whether you'd like to form your 3-0 club and create a new civilization, which you'll be proud of. This is an imagination, but the imagination is where the journey begins. Let's begin the journey. Thank you very much.